Jaguar Nation. I'd like to say thank you for your continued support of our student athletes and our coaches. Once again, you have shown America we have the greatest fans in the country. It's time. Football season. Season tickets are available. Go Jags.
This is Inside the Jaguar Nation, presented by Russell Law Firm.
And with that, we are underway. The season is kicked off.
I know.
Even for the Southern Jaguars, the season is finally here. She's Ashley Iotis. I'm Brian Hahn. We'll have Morgan Beard and, of course, Aaron Lee here in just a second. But
here.
First, the debacle on the bluff. I can't believe what I just saw. Let's get to the highlights and check that out. Aeneas Williams, a very cool moment, leading them out onto the field. Austin Howard, of course, the senior leader, to Dontrell Brown, down to the 29-yard line. First down, they're in business. Then Austin, the give to Devon Ben. I think the technical term for that, skirt, is what just happened right there to a South Carolina State defender. 7-0, everyone's doing flips. How about South Carolina State? DeJuan Ford, nope, sacked by Simeon Houston. The defense was big today for the Jags. It would be 7-3, though, as South Carolina State gets on the board. Then Howard fakes, and then he takes all the way for the Jaguar touchdown, making it look easy. 14-3 Jags, but South Carolina State would come back. Final play of the game. Could the Bulldogs pull it off? No. The All-American Danny Johnson says, not in my house. And the Southern Jaguars get the big MEAC SWAC Challenge Trophy. The only SWAC team, of course, to be undefeated in the the SWAC MEAC. There you go. Plenty of acronyms. 14-8 as the Jaguars win, and that's where we bring in our very own Ashley Liotis with Aaron Lee.
Yeah, we now bring in our very own Aaron Lee, and we were both sweating out there.
Yes.
It was hot,
Very
if you
hot
haven't
out there.
heard. But beyond the highlights, what we just saw, what did you see out there today?
The biggest thing was Austin Howard played great in the first half, but bringing in the freshman after Howard got hurt, that was the biggest thing. He managed the game. They really didn't throw the ball because they were running the ball so great in the first half with Ben and Edwards. So that was the biggest thing that I saw as far as Howard's play. Hopefully with that injury, supposed to be a knee or something like that, hopefully that he can come back because he was a big part of that offense. We're running that touchdown in the second quarter.
I think we heard from Coach Odoms about that switch up of quarterbacks there.
When you look at those penalties, you try to figure out 9 penalties for 108 yards. You ain't gonna win football games like that. I mean, to me that's an undisciplined football team, and we pride ourselves on discipline. They had 8 penalties for 80 yards. That's why it was a football game. We gave up 100 yards in penalties. I mean, that's very disappointing. It's uncharacteristic of our football team, but it's also the first game.
The leader of the offense team, Austin Howard, out with an apparent knee injury during the second half. The head coach talked about Glendon McDaniel coming in and pitching in.
One pass, and he threw it about as high as a kite. But at the end of the day, I thought we tried to run the ball, run some time off the clock. We didn't try the field goal there at the end. We wanted to try to get the fourth down conversion, and at least they had to go 80 yards. But I think he's going to be all right. I mean, I saw him dancing, so he should be okay. But he's talented, but also he got a strong will. So if anybody can play, he can play through whatever he may be facing.
All right, and we are, of course, hoping the best for Austin. We heard from Coach about a little bit of a sloppy play there. Lots of penalties we saw today, some stuff that they might have to clean up, of course. In practice, they mentioned getting some of those referees in there. And we also talked about that quarterback change. But another issue I want to talk about is their defense today. They actually did some big things, not just on offense, but on defense too.
Yeah, defense was big. You had Ford with the sack. Aaron Tiller had a lot of pressure. KP had a lot of pressure today. So the big thing was pressure on the quarterback. They kept South Carolina State, rushing game under attack, and I think Coach Odom drew up a good game plan to force that pressure. With the heat, those guys were still getting after it each play.
I felt like our defense had played well, and if anybody needed to be on the field to win the football game, I felt like if we could put our defense out there, they could make a play for us to win, and they had made plays all game. So when you talk about chop wood, carry water, we talk to these guys about doing what we ask when we ask. It's easy to make decisions as a coach when you know your guys are going to do what's required of them. And that's the growth we've taken as a team. And it gives us a chance to make calls and put them in position knowing that they're going to make plays. And I felt like our defense was in position all game to make plays.
All right, Aaron Lee, thank you, sir. Coming up, plenty more here on Inside the Jaguar Nation, including a look behind the curtain as we show you who your favorite Jaguar athletes really are when they take the pads off.
Oh, yeah, I love that. Plus, more on that wild game on the bluff and the ending. It was our play of the game right here on Inside the Jaguar Nation.
The Jaguars are united on the bluffs of the mighty Mississippi to defend their turf. And this fall, they stalk in unison. This fall, they strike with ferocity. This fall, Jaguars proudly win.
Touchdown run. It's a lot of effort, a lot of determination.
You're watching Inside the Jaguar Nation, presented by Russell Law Firm, with Brian Holland, Morgan Beard, Ashley Lyotis, and Aaron Lee.
Oh, wow. You almost caught me bobbing my head right there.
Yeah, we were jammed back here. This is my first time.
By the way, your first time to hear the human
that.
jukebox.
Yeah, I had to keep, so I obviously had to focus on the game, but every once in a while I would turn around and be like, oh, yeah.
It's hard to do, obviously, work and
yes.
a little play behind
Yeah.
you. Welcome back to Inside the Jaguar Nation. I can't wait to see, by the way, this new 5 things. Trust me, Aaron Lee, this one's maybe the best of all time.
Yeah, asking the good questions.
But first, we'll go to that thriller that was the SWAC BIAC Challenge today.
That's right. Let's talk about this ending.
I mean, you were there. I mean, this was pandemonium. You see the Bulldogs driving, and then you see, I mean, this is like slow motion when it happens in real time. Danny Johnson, though, you don't pick on number 1. He's wearing number 1 for a reason.
Number 1.
Head coach Dawson Odom says, yeah, he knew that he had full faith, of course, in Johnson as well the whole time.
Oh man, I was in shock. I go against that defense every day. I was in shock, So I know if they could stop us, they could stop anybody. So I mean, I'm very proud and our demeanor, man, throughout the whole game. I like our demeanor throughout the whole game. We never hung our head once when stuff got rough. Because Coach O already said adversity will hit. Coach Barry said adversity will hit. Coach Lee told me adversity will hit. So I try to pick my team up as much as I can, and we did that. We kept our demeanor, we kept our head up when we finished the game.
I know this. When I saw the ball in there, I was like, they going to the playmaker. And I was like, I didn't see Danny at first. But when he jumped and I saw it, was I number 1? Nah. I take him any day of the week. I mean, he was not going to let him catch that football.
There's a reason his nickname is the Playmaker, apparently. All right, for more on, by the way, what's going on there on the bluff, let's turn it over to our very own Morgan Beard, who has the details on what's happening, not on campus, but the on-campus teams this week. Morgan?
Thanks, guys. The game's over, and since it's Sunday, it's a perfect time to look ahead at the rest of the week coming up in Southern athletics. And, well, rest up, because Friday is when it gets going. A nice in-state battle in soccer as Southern heads to Lake Charles to take on McNeese State. First touch is at 7 p.m. And after a few cancellations recently to start the season, the volleyball team looks to get back in action for the UCA tournament that includes Central Florida, Arkansas State, and Central Arkansas. The tourney starts bright and early at 10 a.m. in Conway, Arkansas, and lasts until Saturday night. And finally, the cross-country team will be running to NOLA this Saturday for the Loyola All-State Sugar Bowl Cross Country Classic. The fall sports season is starting to heat up, so pull out your calendars, mark it down, and get out there and support all of your Jaguars.
All right, coming up, the always entertaining 5 things with your favorite Southern football players.
Well, but first you got to see this story. Trust me, a heartfelt story over there on campus. Then we'll get to the 5
All right,
things.
I'm jumping the gun. I'm jumping the gun.
Just a little bit. Come right back. This is Inside the Jaguar Nation.
You're watching Inside the Jaguar Nation, presented by Russell Law Firm, with Brian Holland.
Welcome back to Inside the Jaguar Nation. We're so proud of the show and the launching of this. And one of the reasons why is we don't just show you what happens in the games or between the lines. It's showing you student athletes who they really are.
Students first, of course,
It always
student
comes
athletes.
first.
And some of our favorite topics is there's a brand new 5 things segment we have, this time with Aaron Lee and Southern running back Herbert Edwards. Take a look.
What are you listening to in the headphones? What song or artist gets you going before the games?
Well, I got a few. I'm listening to Lil Wayne, of course.
A millionaire, I'm a young money millionaire.
And Brian Anderson. You know, he was an old player. He used to play safety. He was nicknamed B. You know what I'm saying? He called himself Kenneth Brother.
Wasn't word, I'm the man with it. A queen box with a band in it. Can't stop, can't stop.
Them two usually get me in my mindset.
Any pregame rituals, anything that you have to do before the game to feel that you're ready to go out there and play?
Talk to my mama before every game.
What do you guys talk about?
Basically, you know, that's my Tasha Mack. You know what I'm saying? For those who watch the game, that's my Tasha Max.
You start messing with what's going down on the field, you're going to have to deal with Tasha Mack.
We talk about a little bit of everything. She tell me how my demeanor need to look on the field, to watch my attitude, watch my body language. You know what I'm saying? Stay focused, run the ball like I run the ball. You know what I'm saying? Like I used to when I was 5 years old. It's my Tasha Mack right there.
So did she check you like Tasha Mack when you fumble or make a mistake?
Oh, yeah, it's same thing. If she could, she'd be on the field with me to hack me up real quick. Then she'll also be on the field to help me buckle my chin strap back up and send me back out there. So, yeah, that's my motivation every game, day in and day out.
Mommy!
All right, favorite food. If you had to only eat this every day, what would be that food?
That's a hard question because I can eat.
Nah, just hungry, Ma.
You know, me being from New Orleans, we got a lot of good choices of food, but you know, I can go for a hot sausage po' boy with cheese every day, fully loaded. You know what I'm saying? Everything.
Every day?
Every day.
All right. Who is your celebrity crush? Only one. Just pick one.
Taraji P.
There goes my baby.
That's my girl. I've always had a crush on her in every movie she do, every show she do. I just love her. She got a great story to tell. That's my girl. If I could marry her right now, I would.
So you like the baby boy, Jody?
Jody, you ain't gonna do squat.
Oh, yeah, that's my favorite one. That's my favorite one right there. A little ghetto-ness, too. You know what I'm saying? I like that. A little chick who can handle her own.
Get off of me, Vernon. Get off of me.
Who is the best and worst Madden player on the team?
The best Madden player, I would say myself. Of course, because my record stands for itself. They don't even want to come see me in the back. Now, the worst Madden player, contrary to he believe, I'm going to say KP. Just because I know he said it was him, I'm going to say he might be the worst Madden player on the team to me.
Aaron said he's the worst player too, so he got 2 people right there.
Yeah, he might be the worst because he think he just cold. You know what I'm saying? But nah, he the worst. But they don't want to see me.
All right, thanks, Aaron. Herb, you got me dreaming about po' boys, man. Now, come on. All right, coming up, an upset that will live on in HBCU history. Plus, we scout next week's opponent for the Southern Jags football team.
Yeah, but coming up next, the touching story of one of the strongest Southern Jaguars, her long journey just this past year. Trust me, you can't miss it. It's next, right here, inside the Jaguar Nation. Football season is here. The Jaguars are back and ready to fight for a SWAC title.
Catch Inside the Jaguar Nation, your only home for everything Southern University football.
Giving you a front row seat to highlights, coaches' commentary, and special features with your favorite player.
You'll also have an exclusive look into what's next with the Human Jukebox.
Catch Inside the Jaguar Nation starting September 3rd.
Inside the Jaguar Nation is sponsored by Russell Law Firm.
Welcome back to Inside the Jaguar Nation. Our featured photographers, by the way, Garrett Edgerton, Perry White, captured a great story of a young Jaguar who's basically seen it all this past year.
Yeah, great stuff coming out of them. She plays on with the Columbia Blue and Gold on in memory of her father.
Alvin is everybody's favorite. You know, she smiles everywhere she goes, through the building, through the classroom. Everyone talks about her in a good way. I met her a few weeks before coming to Southern University, and you know, first day I met her was training, and she was out there good 10-15 minutes before I was out there working hard, preparing herself to come to Southern University.
I come from a family of 6. I have 3 brothers and one parent now. My dad passed away in the spring, but he was a professor here, so I had support day in, day out. I could talk to him after practice, after games. He was close by and I could always reach him when I needed him.
Her father came to every game. After every game, he'll talk to her, and he also talked to me about the game and saying, "Coach, keep pushing," and things like that. So my job right now is just to keep that same smile she had last year on her face this year. As a coach, I believe, you know, you are a family.
As far as supporters go throughout my family, my dad was definitely my biggest one. He's the one who worked with me to get me to the point where I am. He played basketball. He didn't know anything about soccer, but when I told him I wanted to play, he made it a point to learn the game and to take me out and train with me at least 3 or 4 times a week, me and my brothers as well. And so having a parent like that when, like I said, it was a dream come true for me, but it was also one for him because he knew how hard we both had worked and how bad I wanted this. And he knew what it meant to me. And so he was just as excited as me. He was excited for every game. He wanted to know how every practice was. And, you know, he was so proud. And he told everyone, like, yeah, my daughter plays soccer for Southern. He was just really excited. And to have someone in your corner who's just as excited and, you know, they want the best for you just as much as you do. So going through that loss and experiencing that type of grief, my dad taught us to be strong, you know, and I know that he would not want me to quit. And it is very hard without him here, not having someone to talk to or to turn to, especially like after games and after practice, just for advice. So it is very difficult. It's not easy by any means, but I know that he's with me. And every time I step on that field, you know, I know he's watching just like he would be if he were here.
Wow, emotional stuff there. All right, stick around. Still to come, we scout the Jaguars' next opponent as they go on the road to Hattiesburg.
We're a nation of hardworking Americans, and businesses will always be the lifeline of this great country. As a business owner, you understand the importance of your reputation. In times of uncertainty, you need a real lawyer who's serious about protecting you and your business. You need a problem solver. You need the law firm of Clayton and Fouger. Tony Clayton is a proven trial lawyer. He'll defend you and your business to the fullest extent of the law. Protect your investment and call the law firm of Clayton and Fouger today.
Love some neck. How about more here from the Inside the Jaguar Nation? As for that next opponent, by the way, for the football team, the Jaguars are going to have to step it up to that FBS level if they want to pull the upset this next week.
Yeah, of course. And for the full scouting report, we go to our very own Morgan Beard. Morgan?
Welcome back to Inside the Jaguar Nation. So the Jags opening up the season on Sunday, and now it's time to prepare for week number 2 already. It's always a challenge anytime an FBS school makes its way to your schedule, and even more so when they're a dangerous one, just like Southern Miss, the Jags' week 2 opponent. The Golden Eagles had high hopes in 2016, instead finishing just 1 game above 500, which means the boys from Hattiesburg will be plenty motivated for this year. Now the conversation starts and ends with all CUSA running back Ito Smith, the only active FBS player with 3,000 yards and 1,000 receiving yards in his career. With question marks surrounding Southern Miss's offense, the Golden Eagles, they're going to be mostly relying on redshirt freshmen and incoming transfers to fill the void on that offensive line. So Smith will have to keep his eye-popping numbers on pace for the Eagles to truly succeed. And even though with Southern losing 2 all-time greats on offense, they do have that senior quarterback Austin Howard returning for what should still be a prolific offense. The Jags could put pressure on the CUSA's first-ranked defense from 2016. However, it will be tough to get one on those veterans. The Golden Eagles projecting every starter to be a junior or senior. And one new starter could be Tarvarius Moore, a safety that may be flirting with the NFL draft a year from now. Southern hits the road for Southern Miss as the Jags hope to pull off one of the early season's biggest upsets. And of course, we'll be there for every step of the way. Back to you guys.
Speaking of HBCUs and upsets, we had to mention this. A 44-point underdog, Howard, pulling off the impossible, taking down UNLV, getting the big upset 43-40 there in Vegas. All right, thanks for joining us here inside the Jaguar Nation, as we always try and take you deeper right here inside the Jaguar Nation.
The future starts today. With 34 undergraduate programs and 22 graduate programs, finding your career path is within your reach at Southern University and A&M College. The best way to a successful future is to invest in it through an affordable education at Southern University. Southern University is growing in order to lead you to a bright future. Start your future here at Southern University and A&M College.